are live. Wednesday night with those guys and Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by those guys.
Welcome everyone to Wednesday night with those guys. And this is the live stream where we talk about everything in the drone world and promote the usage of drones. And if the weather is nice where you are, please let me know in the chat how the weather is where you are and if you've been able to get out and fly your drones on this hot Wednesday. Please let me know. So, what happened? Anyway, so Lawrence, how are you doing on this warm Wednesday that we're having here?
I'm good. I got kicked.
Oh.
You didn't hear me talking? It said, check your internet connection and all of that bull. I didn't see anything of the last 10, 12 seconds.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Well, I asked everyone how is the weather where they are and if they've been able to get out and fly their drones today. It's extremely warm here in New York City. We're up to 90-something degrees today. We're going to be looking at 100 degrees tomorrow or maybe more. It's getting hot. It's getting hot. Summer is here. It is getting hot. What are we up to, Lawrence? We are up to what? Stream number
352.
352. Who the hell is this? I gets up quick. Anyway, we got a new thumbnail. I don't know if anybody really recognized it or not, but I wonder if anybody is like the new way we're doing our thumbnails. We've been using some AI systems for a few different things that we're doing for some stuff that we've been working on. Maybe for most of the guys who will follow us on Facebook and other groups and probably seen it. But now we're starting to use it, I guess, for the thumbnails now, instead of doing the thumbnails the way we regularly do. Now, I don't know if you remember, well, you didn't see the thumbnail original way it was done, but this is the original way the thumbnail was done. That's the original way the thumbnail was done. And after letting the AI system get their hands on it, this is what the thumbnail became. So I don't know if you guys like the new style. You know, that's the thumbnail. Where'd you go again there? Why don't you keep disappearing? But anyway.
This is what I'm saying.
What's wrong with your internet connection?
Nothing. It's been fine all day.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's been fine. It just decided to do this crap.
I hope the weather where you guys all are is nice. All 7 of you watching. I hope you please let me know how the weather is where you are, if you've been able to get out and fly your drones. But Lawrence, the weather is at its peak. It's starting to summer just rushed up on us. You know what I mean? It was one day it was summer, the next day it was super hot. Well, actually, it was hot the first day of summer anyway. But then now we're just getting into some extreme temperatures. I guess it'll level off, after a week or so, because they're talking about...
I hope so.
This is going to run straight through the 4th of July weekend. So, yes, the 4th of July weekend may be a little miserable here in New York. Because, New York is... What a lot of people don't know about New York is that the summers are miserable because New York is a very humid place. And just like I don't like the summer weather in Miami because it's like leaning over a pot of soup all day.
Mm-hmm.
The humidity is terrible.
Same thing in Orlando. Every day around 3 o'clock it rains.
But the heat out west is cool. If you ask Tom how's the heat out there, he'll tell you it's hot, but it's not like you're leaning over a pot of soup.
Yeah, or a vaporizer, right? With your head over the towel, with the towel over your head.
Yeah, well, you know how things are.
How are you doing? What's up with you?
It's hot. No, I'm good.
I'm good too. I turned the AC on this morning. The thermostat said 83 this morning.
Okay. Well,
it was hotter in here than it was outside, though.
Really? Well, you know how I have the I have a lot of people, some people that know me know, but I have an old school Cadillac Escalade. I have an '03 Cadillac Escalade, and I baby the shit out of this thing. It has less than 100,000 miles on it. Yes, for an '03, yes, it has less than 100,000 miles on it. And I have all kind of crazy mats for the floor and everything like that. It's about to undergo another transformation. I'm gonna play around with it a little bit more. I'm gonna do some things to it very soon.
Yeah, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
It's about to get some stuff.
Oh, okay. About to get some stuff.
It's about
Yeah.
to get some stuff because
All right.
we have the Ford. The Ford is was 22, so
Mm-hmm.
I could do some stuff to the '03 that I might not have done before. But
Okay. Sounds interesting.
to mention a couple of things that is happening in the drone world, I just wanted to mention to you guys that coming up in September is the commercial UAV Expo, and if you fly drones commercially, this is a great place to network and find out some of the new things that's happening with American-made drones, or drones that are actually accepted, are going to be accepted here in the United States for your use, that you can use to fly commercially. You know, and I think that sky's the limit flying commercially here in the United States, because as much as we think is going on, there really isn't that much. And there's still places that are untapped, like here in New York, that are like fighting the whole entire drone thing. But you know, that's just one of them. Another thing for the guys in the drone community, and we do know a lot of guys in the drone community, this is a big one coming up in September, which is the Northeast Drone Meetup. That's
Yep.
going to taking place from September 11th through the 13th of this year up in Providence, Rhode Island. They have a Friday meet and greet at Snookers. It's a sports bar. So that's going to be from 5 to 8. And the meetup is on that next day, the Saturday. That's going to be from 8 a.m., which is kind of early, but you know, whatever, run, to 12 p.m. And I guess guys are going to branch out and go all over Rhode Island, and as much as they can. It's not really a big place,
Except for one
Yeah,
place in
hold
Rhode
on a
Island
second.
you can't.
Hold
Yeah.
on, hold on. To be able to, there's going to be different places that guys are going to branch off and go and fly. But you were going to say now about, I know what you're going to say. Go ahead, tell them.
Except for one place you guys may not know about in Providence, that you can no longer fly in the city. You know that ledge, that
They
lookout
don't
point
want
that people
anyone
used to fly?
flying downtown Providence
Yes.
anymore.
Yes.
Right. That's a no-fly zone for guys that get caught. I don't want to get involved in that. I just letting you know that they don't want anyone flying in that area. So just be careful.
Yeah,
Take care of
yeah,
yourself,
definitely.
protect yourself,
Even you
protect your
guys that
hobby.
live up there,
You know.
you may not
and
even know.
I'm quite sure that Mark Fisher has already let that be known to people that flying downtown Providence is a no-no.
Yeah, yeah.
And headed back to Vegas in November, Lawrence, is
Mm-hmm.
the third annual Vegas Drone Meetup. Now, if you have never been to Vegas, because this is taking place in November, from November 6th through the 8th, and if you have never been to Vegas, if this is not an excuse to get there, I don't know what else is, because if you got the time and you're looking for something to do, that's a place that you should check out. Not only is Vegas a good place to hang out and do other things other than gamble, then
Mm-hmm.
if you like to shop, I'm sorry, for those of you who have wives and girlfriends, I'm sorry. But if you like to shop, it's a good place to go and kill his bank account. Also, there's a lot of other things off the strip that's out there to be done, and if you're a foodie, then Vegas is also a place for you. So And I'm quite sure that, Tom and those guys got a lot of venues out there for you guys to go and check out and fly,
I wish I
so,
had the time. I would go. I've never been.
no,
I've never been to the West Coast, period.
wow, I'm sorry. Well, I've been to Vegas, like, I don't even remember how many times. I've been there a few times.
Yeah, you've been out there to compete and for leisure.
I've been out there a few times.
Okay.
I've been out there for Olympia. I've been out there for boxing. I've been out there for a few different things. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I've been out there. I actually went out there for Christmas once.
See, that would bug me out.
What?
See all that Christmas stuff up while it's so hot. But they do the same thing in Puerto Rico and in the islands.
No, they experienced all of the seasons that you experienced. It actually snowed while I was out there.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they experienced all the same seasons that we experienced. And what I wanted to mention to everyone was that, yes, this drone right here, right, I guess that it flies for, 93 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's for, under $300, if that's what you're interested in, Well, it may sound crazy, 93 minutes, but there's a Fly More.
Yeah.
And you can catch that at on Amazon for $293.
So you're saying for
yeah,
just under $300, you can fly for an hour and a half.
Uh-huh. You can fly. So if you're interested, head on over to Amazon and get that. That's the Mini 4K, the drone I told you that never stops coming. That drone's not going to disappear forever. That drone will be around forever.
Yeah, I agree. Steve Jennis, how are you? He says he loves his Mini 4K.
See, Steve loves his Mini 4K.
I know many people that do.
The Mini 4K is not going anywhere. Watch this.
He says it does not last long. Well,
When you say it doesn't last long, it's got, this is what, three
it's
batteries?
durable, isn't it?
Well, it's a Mini.
Yeah.
It's got
It's
three
one of the
batteries.
first.
Wasn't the Mini 4K replacement for like the old style Mini and the it's got the
I thought the Mini 4K was actually the replacement for the Mavic style, the Mavic Pro, because it was the only thing that's small. No, I mean in size-wise. Size-wise. That was before that. What did you have before?
It's a mini drone. It just took it just put, well, what do you call it? A better operating system on the Mini. The Mini 4K is like what the lowest price Mini out there.
Yeah, it is. It's the base. It shoots 4K 30. That's
Right.
it. You get decent pictures.
Like I used to love flying the Mini 2 around here.
Oh, it upgrades the Mini 2.
You understand?
Yeah.
Does it?
That's what Steve is saying. Steve Jennis is saying in the chat. It upgrades the Mini 2.
If you say so. I don't know.
That's interesting. Well, you learn something new every day.
Because I flew the Mini 2 around here, and I actually never flew it outside.
That's funny.
There was really no reason for it. I had other.
Yeah, and then you won the Mini 3, right?
No, I won the Mini 2 at the.
Oh, you won the Mini 2. Okay, that was what you had won.
Right, and then I had the Mini 3. I bought the Mini 3, and then I had the Mavics and the Phantoms and everything here.
Okay. For some reason, I was under the impression it was vice versa, that you had won.
No.
You know, I have over 150 flights last year with the Mini 4K. Okay, damn.
Really?
All right, that's getting it in.
I mean, I told you that drone is never going to go away, and no matter what anybody else tells you,
Well
You'll
then,
see
how are
other
you?
drones will sell out, but that drone will be still here next year.
Drones have come and gone. Drone companies have come and gone. And that mini's still there.
You know what, Lawrence? We got about 10 people watching, right? And I know we don't have 10 in the chat, which is sad.
It's alright, it's hot out. Don't nobody want to be in the house.
Is that what it is?
Or in the PC. Even though I know they have phones in their
I
hands.
find the
It's
house
easier.
to be more comfortable when it's extra hot than outside.
In a heat wave like this, listen, I have the drapes closed on one side and the window is, the sun isn't shining directly in, but where the drapes are there,
Okay.
a lot of heat's being absorbed and pushed outside. Hey, Frank Rizzo.
So now that you got your ring, Lawrence, how are you enjoying it? Because I
Oh,
enjoy I
yes.
enjoy just looking at mine.
Yes. Thank you very much, Herman, for picking up my ring for me. Yeah, hold it, let me take this one off and put it on. Yeah, she looks real nice. Fits real good. I got 2 more to go with it. That's
I
3.
turn mine around so that way when anybody looks at it, they can see it.
Oh, well, yeah.
don't
I
need to see it.
didn't want to have the downward facing hand. You didn't read between the lines on that one.
Oh, okay.
But thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You just
And
showed
it's
me.
going with my, hey, Jim's droning, and it's going with my collection. Actually, tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah, I have my collection out on the island. So it will be joining. So trust me, when I get all 3 of them together, we'll put all 3 on and take a picture and post it on Facebook. Hey, I don't need a box like you.
I'm actually ready to do the Jordan photo now.
Oh, with 2 hands up? Because you got 6.
With the hand like this with all of the rings on it.
Oh, yeah, you could. You got enough, shit.
But yeah, anyhow.
Let's hope I'm around. We're going to try and do a mini roll call since there's not too many here.
Well, we got 11 people watching. Let's see if we can get 11 people into the chat. Come on, let's go. 11 people into the chat. Let's go.
All
Roll
right.
Come on. Can we get 11 people into the chat?
Okay, first of all, let's give a quick shout out. Hold on, let me get to the main page here. Shout out to Jim's Droning, our Canadian buddy. How are you? Jim, hope all is well. Jim's Droning, I love the Avata 360. Frank Rizzo, 1233, how are you, sir? I hope all is well. Shout out to Frank Rizzo. Steve Jennis, how are you, sir? Thanks for coming in. Glad to see you. We appreciate you. Takeoff, lift, and land, representing the Bronx. Probably listening to us while he's commuting on the way home. Shout out to Eldon. How are you, sir? Drone Okie. Once again, good to see you, sir. I hope all is well. Philly Strong, Fly Guy Merrill. How are you, Merrill? I hope all is well. Yes, he mentioned 2 people. Steve, SJM Media's
What's good,
from
Steve?
across the pond. I don't know if he's in New York or Mexico, but I think he's still listening. Bull Rider. Jay Merce, how are you, sir? Hope all is well. DanzillaTheTerrible was in earlier. He was in early. Shout out to you as well. Highlight America was the first one here. Shout out to you, sir, as well. And I think I got everybody. Is it hot there? Jim's droning. Man, he got jokes now. He got jokes, bro.
A little bit.
There are no birds flying. There's nothing in the air but
A little
man.
bit. Yo, you remember when they had that drone convention in Vegas that got canceled? I think they canceled because
In
of
Jersey?
shit.
It might have been.
We were on our way down there when we found out that it was canceled again after they
Oh no, that was in New Jersey, right?
Yeah, in Jersey. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So we were on our way down there. We found out that it was canceled again, but we said we had reservations. Everything. Might as well go down there to what was that? Atlantic City and see what's good down there. Yo, it was so hot one day that there was a bird outside our window.
Yes.
Bird was trying to catch some shade up in the corner. He was like,
Yeah, he wasn't trying to be in the sun. Half his body was in the sun, but he had his head in the shade like, damn, it's hot out there.
he was
I smelled
stuck
chicken.
underneath the edge of like the little thing on the
It was
side
like an
of the building.
AC unit or something that was on the roof.
Yeah, he was just trying to duck up underneath it just to stay cool.
Yeah, it's hot like that, Jim's droning. It's hot like that here. Definitely.
It's not that hot, Jim. It's hot.
Alton Ritter, how are you? Shout out to you. I watched from my TV, grabbed my phone just to shout out. South Carolina by way of Brooklyn. All right, that's what's
all
up.
right. All right.
That's what's
Wait a
up.
minute.
Are we giving out?
South
Are we giving out blue
Carolina
wrenches?
by way of what? Hold on.
Brooklyn.
Hold on. By way of Brooklyn, I gotta give them.
There we go. Shout out to Brooklyn. Brooklyn strong. All right, we're gonna give these two guys a blue wrench, Steve Jennis and Alton Ritter.
How come they don't have one? They wasn't
I
here
don't-
on Blue Wrench Day.
Yeah. We only do that once a month, but
Well,
you guys are lucky because it's so damn hot out. You're giving
That's
away
what it
blue
is?
wrenches. Yeah,
You know what?
like Crazy Eddie. Everything
Lawrence will
must go.
vouch for anyone. I tell you.
My therapist is telling me I have to trust more.
That's what it is.
No, but okay.
I got trust issues.
Melting on
therapist.
igloos up here in Canada. Yeah, I know that heat is.
What?
If you're anywhere along,
Canada got
you're
two
anywhere
temperatures:
along
hot
the-
and cold.
True, but if they're anywhere along the lakes, they're feeling the heat too.
You know that, right? Canada got two temperatures: hot and cold.
It's
go
always
from-
one or the other. There's no in between.
They go from like what, 90 degrees they're gonna go from like 90 degrees this summer, straight down into the teens.
Yep,
And in 2 weeks it'll be snowing. Feet.
true. That is true.
Like they manufacture snow up there.
Yeah, that's true. Snow and syrup. Anyway, welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. We appreciate
Snow
you
and
guys for
syrup,
coming.
he said.
I got jokes to do.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Hot in the city of brotherly love. How hot is it, Merrill? It's gotta be 90 something because you guys are further inland. It was supposed to be 90
Right
here
now
today.
the news is claiming 89 degrees, and I guess around 3 something it was like 90 something degrees.
I'm gonna tell you what my phone
Drop.
says right now. 87 feels like 94.
Right. So it was in the 90s today. It did go up
Yeah.
to the 90s because I saw that earlier.
Snow with syrup on top.
They got a
Steve
name
says.
for that. They
What?
sell that. They sell that in like in the South Bronx. The guy got the
Oh, the Milaguas?
yeah, and they put
The shaved
syrup-
ice with the syrup? Yeah, I know. And they have them down on the Lower East Side, too. Frank Rizzo says 105. See, Merrill said 96 right now.
Okay.
So it's 96. What does it feel like?
Did you get
100
out
and
and fly your
something.
drone today?
In that heat? Please.
This is the thing I tell guys all the time. Seriously, we talk about flying drones and waiting for the weather to break and stuff like that, but you gotta be careful with the humidity in your batteries
Yes.
and your drones. They really don't like the humidity. That's the issue, because it's moist. It's moist there.
Carolina 93 feels like
Right up there.
96
Wow.
with the wind chill.
With the wind chill.
of hot air.
That
Yeah,
was,
right?
That was like what the guy said at the what was that, the World Cup. He was like, he goes, it's so hot that when the wind blows, it's just warm air. He goes, I can only imagine how the players feel down on the field.
Wow. Merrill says it. Nope, his drone said don't even think about it. Smart
So
move.
The drone scooched up in the corner,
Uh-huh.
tucked the strap for the bag underneath him.
Right?
You know, Lawrence, talking about drones, right? Yeah, only $139. Now, some of this stuff you probably heard us
You
talk
see
about
this?
before. Yeah, this is DJI's cheapest, or should I say most inexpensive drone yet. this is
$139. You can have one.
yeah.
Is that
Man.
that's the Neo?
Yeah, we're talking about the Neo. Yes, yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes, yes, yes. Yeah, we are talking about
I
the
expect
Neo.
it to be at $100 by Christmas.
Well, it's got. Well, you know, it keeps coming up as one of the best entry level drones, and I guess not because of the camera or any of the features that are on it, but solely because of that price. And you remember when we first all got into the game, it was like 1,500 to play. And if you didn't
Yeah.
have 1,500 to play, you just wasn't going to play. You know what I mean? So now a lot of the DJI drones, especially with the mini market, has dropped the price for entry level for a lot of guys to get into this drone game and to be able to have a good time. Talking about that, we mentioned the Mini 4K a little bit ago. The Mini 4K is like one of the least expensive avenues
Superstars.
to jump into the game. And look at the cameras that you're getting right out the box. I remember for 1,500 at one point, you were talking about 2.7. You know what
Yes.
I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Back in the Phantom days and back in the
Right. And
back with the 3DR Solo,
mhm.
you were getting Hero 4s with 2.7K on them. I remember.
Yeah,
My
so,
first camera
I mean,
was 2.7K. My first GoPro. Wow.
let's
I'm a
think about it,
dinosaur.
Right, so now the entry level is a lot lower and the drones are a lot better. The actual, you know what?
Oh, the
Believe it or not,
J Merce got a question, I believe. Is the 4K really better than the 4 Pro?
no, no.
But for entry level, like people always ask you, what's an entry level drone?
That's
Well, now
the
you have the
bottom line
Neo
of
for
the
139.
of the
Oh,
mini
you have the
drones.
Mini.
That's
For
the
how
base.
much?
That's the base
Yeah.
of the minis,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna get into that in a second. But like I said, the entry level to fly a DJI drone is getting lower and lower. Like now, you can get the Neo for 139 right on Amazon. So for guys who are interested, that still stands at 139. DJI has dropped the price on this, and is reflecting on Amazon.
That's yeah.
You know, so
Okay.
if you're interested, and we also, like I said, we mentioned the Mini 4K, which is the base model of the mini drones right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can
Okay,
actually
Steve.
step up the game in the mini series to the what is it, the Mini 3, which is also found on Amazon for a ridiculous price of $339 for the standard, and you're getting the integrated screen with that.
Yeah.
Let's get it straight here. You know what I mean? So what you getting 4K with this, as well as so what's the difference between this and what the Mini 3 Pro? What sensors, I guess, on the drone?
And the Neo shoots with stabilized 4K video because it does not have a 3-axis gimbal.
Mm-hmm.
So it uses software to stabilize a lot of the video. I have to point that out. But for $139, yeah, I
It's
guarantee
what it's
by
to be.
Christmas they'll be stocking stuffers.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Hmm.
oh yeah, definitely. That's
Oh,
something that
interesting.
you get a Neo and you get a Neo.
Yeah. The
Don't give
Mini
any-
3 Pro is definitely better than the Mini.
Don't
But
give
there's
anyone
always
any
that
idea.
person, Herman, that says, how can I get an entry-level drone and I don't have a lot of money?
Well, see,
$140.
that's why I'm
or-
saying that
yeah.
that's a great price. And if you want to go back to say the Mini 4K, which is the base model, you're looking at here for the Fly More for $293, and I have a tendency to look more towards something like
Jim says everyone get the Neo 2.
this one right here. Now the Neo 2 is a better drone, but like I said, this one here, the Mini 3, if you're looking for a slightly better level drone, this could be the way to go. The 339, that's not hard to find 339. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Highlight America. How are you, sir? He says, was that Herman and Lawrence that climbed to the top of the Empire State Building today?
No.
Definitely not. OG Shorty was good.
I don't do those crazy things.
Can I do a little quick public service announcement? You guys need to come on over to Rumble and join me, OG Shorty, I Fix Shit, and get on the algorithm.
Here we go.
That's all I'm saying.
He's on a YouTube platform inviting other people on other platforms.
Hey. The way YouTube treats you over here,
Out of order.
you yourself believe YouTube is a server in a closet somewhere with AC.
I know it is.
But the monetary game over there is a little different. Takes a while to kick in, but it's better than 3,000 hours here and 500 subscribers just to be monetized over there,
just to be able to go live or whatever.
or to go live, whatever over there. You're monetized immediately, and with that mic drop, walk away.
But you know what? Can you use Evil Monks to go live over there?
Yep. Yep.
Can you?
Yes, you can. In fact, we can broadcast over there and here at the same time. I'm looking into it.
Well, here's what
Already looking into it.
Here's what I want to talk about next.
What's that?
No, because we're right back at the good old playbook. JetBlue plane collides with drone in New York City. Yes. Right here in New York, flight 948 at 3,000 feet collided with a drone. So the pilot says this plane was headed to New York's JFK, coming from Las Vegas. From Las Vegas to New York, and it landed safely at JFK. And the pilot radioed to air traffic says that his plane was just struck a couple of miles out by a drone. And I want you to listen to what the pilot communicates to air traffic control.
Yeah, this is crazy. You gotta be quiet because it's hard to hear.
Listen.
It's hard to hear. Very hard to hear, but I can
play. You playing the video?
Yeah.
1-3 left. Just quickly, I couldn't talk to approach, but collided with a drone back there in the turn as they were coming to assault. Just wanted to pass that to you.
You said you collided?
Yep, it hit us right above the cockpit.
All right, so it's about like what, 2 miles back?
Yep.
At 3,000 feet you were at?
Affirmative. Go ahead and back it up about 10 to 12 miles back at 3,000 feet.
Delta 948 said, do you require any assistance? You just continue to the runway?
Affirmative. We don't need any assistance. We're just going to go ahead and land.
Now,
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar when I say the good old playbook. This started a few years back with the demonization of drones. And everything was a drone is in the sky. I just seen a drone fly past me. I just seen a drone. And these planes fly at ridiculous speeds, believe it or not. How these guys can recognize that it was a drone or whatever that hit them, or from a bird, or from a plastic bag, or something else that may have hit the plane. But hold on a second. This plane landed safely at JFK, and after he said this plane was pulled out of service for inspection, where there was no damage found to the plane.
Yeah.
But yet he claims at the speed that he was traveling at 3,000 feet in the air that he was struck by a drone.
Okay, I want to just point one thing out also. If you listen to the recording, I'm going to put the link to the recording in the chat so you can listen to it better. But the pilot says If you go back about 10 to 12 miles at 3,000 feet, that's him approaching Kennedy Airport. And you know, Herman, 10 to 12 miles is out over the water close to New Jersey. Am not? Depending on which way he was
Depending
coming
on
in.
where he's coming
Right,
from.
now, the only thing that throws me off is they don't say what his flight path was. Was he coming in over the Bronx, past LaGuardia? Was he coming in from over the ocean?
Well,
If he was
first
coming
off-
in from over the ocean, 10 to 12 miles is out over the ocean or in New Jersey.
Well, first off, he passed the VRF point at Lincoln Terrace Park where he did not communicate this to air traffic control. He brought this to their attention just before landing,
Yes.
which means that I'm not saying that he's lying. What I am saying is that he's a damn liar. The reason why I say this is because I know that at Lincoln Terrace Park is a reporting point.
Yes.
And I believe that that's less than 12 miles
It is.
from
It definitely
Kennedy
is.
Airport. So, and
Bob Casey says maybe the JetBlue pilot was either seeing things or drunk. I'm going to tell you this, Bob Casey, both Herman and I have heard this from an actual airplane pilot that we actually know. He
And
says
fly
you would
drones
be,
with.
and flies drones with. He says you would be surprised the shit you see blowing around at 3,000 feet, 20,000 feet, 28,000 feet. You see bags, you see all kinds of things just blowing around, debris up there. If you remember the article the other day, Herman, when a pilot described the drone, he said it was round and about 3 feet wide, but it was 100 feet under him.
Now, this is not an isolated incident because they
Right.
claim that other pilots have said that they've seen within that week drones flying around. There was one
around
other
an
pilot-
airport, at Newark Airport.
Right. There was one other pilot that claimed that there was a model airplane flying in his path, and I'm like, are you really serious about this? A model
Ryan.
airplane.
Yeah, and
Right,
honestly,
what's going on, man?
if you remember a while back, they were feeding society a bunch of things about drones that we as pilots know weren't true. But let's say, Ryan put a link there. Let me see what this link says real quick.
Well, I find that New York City is headstrong on demonizing drones. They do not want anyone who is not Part 107 and flying commercially to be flying a drone here at all.
Hey, breaking news. And this happened, well, the story was put up. Thank you, Ryan, for that. Skydio drone crashes and burns feet from FIFA World Cup crowds in Brooklyn. And the NYPD has been here before. Ooh.
Okay, maybe it
So
was
what
maybe it was a
better way-
Skydio drone.
But what better way to cover up certain things that are going on? Also, the pilot over that Newark, New Jersey incident, Herman, the pilot specifically said it was round and about 3 feet wide. What person do you know with a 3 feet wide drone that isn't industry? I mean, enterprise or it just doesn't make sense. Now, he, like you said, as fast as planes go, he saw this traveling at hundreds of miles per
And he said
hour,
it
100
struck the
feet below
plane.
him.
It struck the plane above the cockpit.
That's this one, yeah. Right.
The one that landed at Kennedy.
But there was no damage to the plane when they landed. So,
Now, he said this happened about 2 miles out, then it went to 12 miles.
exactly. He said, right. First, correct. You want to hear it back again? We can play it back. He said 2 to 3 miles from the airport at 3,000 feet. Then he says, no, we have to take it back about 10 to 12 miles. 10 to 12 miles is out over the water. I could show you a map of it.
Well, it could be on the other side of the entire city, but I'm just saying.
Okay,
to you
still,
that
it's not nowhere near here.
I don't believe he was struck by a drone.
Yes.
He He doesn't
Unidentified
know what
flying,
hit him.
3 feet wide. That's a NASA drone.
He
Shorty
doesn't
says.
know what hit him, and he's assuming that it's a drone. And,
Well,
and
while
that-
Casey
and I
says,
think that's
hey,
verbiage that
Hey.
they're taught, so
True.
that the verbiage creates a frenzy and a scare to demonize drones, because the only drones that have flown safely are the ones that the government are flying in industry for commercial use only.
also, here's the funny part. We do know drones can go higher than 1,600 feet. Okay,
Any
but
hobbyist flying drones is looking to fly recklessly.
that's a one-way trip. Even if you could get to 3,000 feet with a drone, what transmission systems? Well, yeah, I guess the transmission system wouldn't be an issue, but what batteries could get you up that high, fight the winds, and get you back home safely?
You haven't seen the earlier DJI Phantom videos.
Oh, yes, I have.
When
Over in
guys are
China.
able to go, no, right here in the United States, where guys are going way up into the clouds and bringing them right back down. Yeah, it was happening.
Yeah, well, all I can say is, what person in their right mind would do it? And they didn't find anything on
Especially in this day
Oculus
and
10.
time. Well,
Yeah.
right now it's under investigation by the FAA. In this day and time when we have remote ID and all this other stuff, I haven't heard anything else about this. And this didn't happen yesterday. So
Right, we had 2 drone incidents in the same week, in
no,
the same area. One in New Jersey and one at JFK.
Yeah, well, good luck on finding whatever it is that you're looking to find, because as far as they're saying, this supposedly happened, and he claims he was struck by a drone just above the cockpit. And like I said to you, and I'm not making this up. I'm going based upon their information that they gave me, the information that they gave everyone else that you can read in the articles, you can listen to from the news reports.
I'm putting it in the chat here. Bookmark this, guys,
They're saying,
and listen to it later, because you're going to hear him change his story. He's going to say 2 to 3 miles he got hit at 3,000 feet. Then he's going to say, no, let's back it up about 10 or 12 miles.
Then
Which one was it?
And they pull the plane out of service, because these things these planes don't just stop, fly from one place to another and they park them. They, do a little bit of freshening up and stuff like that, cleaning and gassing.
You see what OG Shorty
and
was
these
putting?
things keep going. So
He says go ahead.
no, it was that.
No, go ahead. He had put 3 feet wide. That's a NASA drone. One of the owners of a restaurant I work with pilots those drones. Then he put down later on, down at the bottom, I had a conversation with the restaurant owner who also works for NASA. 3 feet wide, fits the description of drones he flies at 3,000 feet. Military and NASA together.
Well, you have also drones that they use for large scale mapping, like I believe what's that, the EB, that's a big drone. It's not a small drone. I'm not saying that that's what hit him. I'm just saying that he claims that a drone hit him. It's being investigated by the FAA.
Mm-hmm.
This plane was taken out of service and inspected. There was no damage done to the plane.
Right.
So in the world that we live in, he will never be able to have to face his alleged blaming of a drone hitting the plane. He'll never have to answer to that. He said what he said, and that's just that. You know what I mean? And holy hell on the next guy that gets caught flying a drone anywhere within 5 miles of an airport.
We'll see. I find it. Of course, Jersey was an alien. No, well, the one in Jersey is supposed to be the one at 3 feet. Thanks Ryan for putting this story. I'm going to look into this story here. I didn't know that the police had lost a drone over in Brooklyn. A Skydio drone at that. see the news that we get outside of New York, we would have never got
Here's
this.
the crazy part
It's-
about this.
Yeah.
Here's the crazy part about that. The police, and I know Chaz Daughtry, he had said to, he had said in one of these Senate meetings that we would love to, if you like us to switch over to the American-made drones, but there isn't anything yet that is as capable as the DJI drones. And right after that, about a few months later, they wasted a bunch of money on the Skydios. And if you remember, they were using the DJI drones for everything, all their operations, and just using the Skydios for photo ops.
But they still do. Come on, stop. They're still doing it. The police precincts around here are using T-30s. Okay? M30s, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So,
Just saying. I'm just saying that this is what I've seen. This is what I've read the article. I've listened to the story. I've listened to the news.
right.
Here on the news, and I listened to his communications with air traffic control, and it seems like even he was like not believing him at first. The way he was struck by what?
Yeah. Well, we will, as we find out, we will keep you guys posted. As far as what it was that hit the plane, I guess we'll never know because the pilot, even though there were two pilots, was the only one that saw it.
Bird.
I'm sure it was a bird. A bird, it could be a plastic bottle, anything floating around up there.
I don't know if it's a plastic bottle. Bags get more lift than a plastic bottle, but I'm quite sure that it wasn't. Listen, if they're ready to say that it was a drone and they're going to find these drone parts,
Hey, Angie.
then they'll buy a drone, smash it against the floor, and say that they couldn't find the pilot because there was no remote ID being used.
The drone didn't have remote ID. Yeah, I know.
You know, well,
Yeah.
it has to be registered for the remote ID to actually be registered.
That's true. Or
That's
it's
why I
considered
said that-
rogue.
That's why I said all of these systems that were put in place for the guys who are law-abiding citizens. They're not put in place for the guys who have, want to do nefarious things. Hey,
You
AJ.
see what Jim put? Easier to blame drone. Yes, it is.
Right, because I need them out of our airspace so I can do what I need to do. I've been saying that for a little over a year now, and there's a lot of people that keep telling you no.
Yeah. This is true.
You know what I mean? But when, and God forbid, there comes a time where you can't, they will still be able to fly. So don't let them tell you that. Ask the tough questions. Why does
This
this
is
keep
true.
happening if you keep saying it's not?
Right. They went over this big fuss for remote ID. Everything must have remote ID. Well, remote ID was a fail.
It wasn't a fail. It's just like any other law. It was imposed upon those who are going to follow the rules. If you buy a drone and you're looking to do something malicious with it, why would you register it? See, if we really wanted to be serious about it, registration of your drone would be done at purchase.
True.
If we really wanted to be serious about this and remote ID, then your drone would be registered at purchase. But it's not. It's left up to you to register it.
Yep. To drive that car in the street, you have to register it, right? They just passed the law.
It can't
E-bikes
leave the dealership without insurance
and registration. Yep.
You might have dealer plates on it, but it can't leave without insurance and registration. Why not the same thing for your drone?
True. And then the people who were really into it they would do it. They would study. They would know. They'd learn a little more than they would learn a little more than a trust test.
I've got my trust badge. Trust badge.
You know, instead of wearing the trust test like a badge.
Seriously, I see a lot of guys demonize places like Best Buy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I bought my first drone, at Best Buy. And Sean, the lady that sold me the drone, I remember her name because she told me, she goes, you can't just take this and fly it. You have to register it. I said, really? How do you do that? She goes, go online and find out how to do it, but you have to register this. If police catch you flying this thing and it's not registered, you can get in trouble.
There you go.
Okay. All right.
But you knew.
Now, from time to time, she comes to the live stream. But it's not only just that, oh, guys going to Best Buy and the information is out there, and if you don't know, you choose not to know now. You know, it's so widespread now, the information, and if you choose not to know, then that's your business. But what I will say to you, Lawrence, is this: when it comes to flying drones, not only is the information out there on what you need to know, but if you buy a drone, you should be getting into some kind of community. The same way if you buy a firearm, you have to become part of some kind of class. You got to get into like a range and stuff like that. And there's a lot of things that you're supposed to know and that you should know about having these things.
Yeah.
And I'll always say this: all of these other laws and stuff that we put upon drones, like remote ID, that's only for the guys who are law-abiding citizens. Because if you don't have a way to implement the forcing of registration,
yeah,
then remote ID doesn't work. And registration should be done at purchase.
True. I agree with you.
But they don't want
100%.
that. They don't want that because they want to be able to demonize someone.
Right.
But anyway, I want to talk about cameras.
Okay.
Yeah, the Osmo Pocket 4 and the Pocket 4 Pro and the Insta360 Luna Ultra. Now, we all know that only one of these is legal to purchase here in the United States. And for whatever reasons that may be, we know the reasons that DJI was placed upon the FCC's covered list back in December. And this is why we're unable to purchase this here in the States. But we've seen many reviews on these things, right, Lawrence? You've seen a few reviews on them.
Yes.
Let's take a little dive into this thing here, because these now, with these cameras out right now the way they are, it's now the fight for whoever is going to be the most dominant in the whole creator series,
right,
amongst guys who vlog and stuff like that. So these pocket-sized gimbal cameras, right, are the craze for guys who are creators, and they walk around and nowadays you see them everywhere.
Correct.
So let's check this out. So the Osmo Pocket, right, 4 was shipped globally at the April 16th, and the dual lens Osmo Pocket 4 was released, I guess, in China on June 15th, whereas that the Insta360 dual lens Luna Ultra was at June 10th. Now this is with the Leica lens system. Now that is what actually, and I told you this before when I first seen the first review on that. That's what drove the price of that thing up. Not all the little gadgets and stuff that it claims to have in it, because it's not. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a very nice pocket-sized gimbal. It has filters in it for different tones of
right,
color shade, but not like your ND filters, but like, you know, for different textures of warmth and stuff like that. But anyway, we'll get into that. The Luna Ultra, right, has a Leica lens. Now, I don't know if you are familiar with cameras and stuff like that, but you have, when you buy a camera, you have your native lenses that you're the same brand of your camera. Then you have a slightly more expensive lenses like Sigma. But if you start getting into stuff like Leica, oh my goodness, the lenses could double the price of the manufacturers who actually.
Yeah, just because of that, just because of who it is.
And I told you I don't buy any Leica lenses because I can get the brand lens for like half the price. And it's the same thing.
Yeah, Leica is like the Rolls Royce of Bugatti of lenses. Yeah, yeah,
So-
their stuff is expensive.
Right. So, like I said, the Pocket 4 and the Pocket 4 Pro, you won't see those here on, I guess, advertised in like places like Adorama and B&H, I guess, because of the simple fact of the covered listed DJI was placed on December 2022, December 22nd of last year. So, with this plan for these cameras, I guess, to take over the whole vlogging industry,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like I said, we've seen several reviews of each of them. They're all out there on YouTube for you to check out.
Shorty just sent the link for one also.
We actually saw, and we reported on this one, that DC Rainmaker,
Mm-hmm.
he compared the Pocket 4 with the Luna Ultra. At that time, the Pro wasn't out, and he was saying that how DJI had urged him to check out the whole thing. But anyhow, I don't know. They're all available for purchase right now. This one guy,
You got 3 minutes.
huh?
3 minutes to sponsor.
Ryan Osman, he actually did a whole video on the Pro and the Ultra, where he
Yeah.
compared them, which was pretty nice. But I just like to let you know that if you're interested in purchasing the Luna Ultra, like I said, they both have somewhat a lot of the same features. They're just brought to you a little differently. Like the DJI cameras have a remote for them. This one has a remote that can be removed from it, and it has a little screen on it that you can actually preview what's actually being seen by your camera on the Luna. The what's his name, Ryan Osman, the way he presented it, he was saying, like, if you're looking to try to like use this for slightly professional work and going based upon the specs and the specs alone, then you would lean more towards the DJI. But if you're doing like regular vlogging and having some fun and stuff like that, then
Yeah.
the Luna is actually the way to go.
The Luna or that one.
I actually like both of them, to tell you the truth, because they have a little different in the way they bring the same thing across to the public. That's my opinion. I don't know. You guys watch the reviews out there and make your own decision. And
Right.
if you can get your hand on any of these DJI cameras, then whatever you do, you do. I'm never
And there's
gonna be
even
the
a
one to
knockoff
tell
on
you.
Amazon as well
Is it?
called the Muse. Shorty put the link for it. He had sent
Okay.
me the info
Well,
while
let
you were
me-
doing the story.
Well, let me
But
show
there's
you
even
this.
a third choice.
Let me show you this one. Because if you're looking to get the Luna, right, you can go to B&H, where they have it at B&H, if you're interested.
Mm-hmm.
You know, B&H has it right now. They have it in both the black and the white one. You know, and they're on sale for upwards of good money.
Yeah, yeah.
And also found over at Adorama. So if you're
Okay.
interested and you're in the price market to get one,
Yeah, depending on the package you get, it can go anywhere from about $500 to
No.
$1,000.
no, it's based at 7 something.
Oh, it's based at 7? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Now,
And
if
the
you-
one that OG
if
Shorty
you're in
put the link
Canada-
for is only $329.
if you're in Canada and you go to DJI, you can get the Pocket 4, the standard combo, or whatever you want, all for less money than that. But that's just the single lens system.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive that the dual lens system will be less than the Luna. Also, the difference between the Luna and the Pocket 4 Pro,
Mm-hmm.
the smaller lens on the Pocket 4 Pro is slightly larger than the smaller lens on the Luna.
Okay.
Where they both feature 1-inch sensors, the smaller lens camera is slightly bigger on the Pocket 4 Pro.
Okay.
That's
And with
it.
that,
That's if
it's-
you're interested in that information.
And with that, it's time for a sponsor. We
Oh.
completely blew our 5:30 sponsor out the water.
Okay, well, we'll get both of them in real quick.
Go for it.
For the live stream that talks about everything in the drone world and promote the usage of drones. Tune in every Wednesday night to Wednesday Night with those guys. Tell you that guy,
Yeah, what they said.
he good looking dude.
But he's alright.
Jonah Dare, if you're Part 107 and you're looking to scale your operations, you just want to get out and do all the work and leave the office work to someone else, then Jonah Dare may be for you. Placed with tools to make you a more knowledgeable pilot. Book new appointments, meet new clients, show off your work. If this is something that you are looking for, then Jonah Dare is for you. Check the link in the description. Jonah Dare, it's for you. And with that,
He's just gonna add that crazy Eddie. Our prices can't be beat.
that's the guy in the studio. I don't know.
Okay, okay. Alright.
So, we got coming up, right? FPV Corner, right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
So, who do we have for FPV Corner this week, boys?
Alright, this week we have a long-range pilot called DanzillaTheTerrible. And I'm going to ask him about this name. Hey.
Hello, everyone. Hello,
What's up,
I'm
Dan?
well.
How's it
hot
going,
as all
man?
get out.
Huh?
Sweaty and hot and humid.
Oh,
But,
please,
yeah.
more. It's going to get hotter, bro. If,
Great.
if you
Don't
believe
tell
in
me
that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
First, Dan, Zilla the
Go.
Terrible. You're a long-range pilot. First things first. How did you get your name?
I don't even remember. I just was. It was. I think
Long-range
Danzilla
pilot.
was taken. Yeah, Danzilla was taken on YouTube or something. So I just added to it. I was like, oh, that's terrible. And so yeah, I think it was something as silly as that. Don't remember.
Okay. All right.
I usually just go
OG
by Danzilla.
OG Shorty says what's up. Anyway, let
Hey,
everyone
Shorty.
know where you're from, what country. You don't have to give your city, but let them know where you're
That's
from.
all right. Yeah. My name's Dan. I live in Canada. I'm in Ontario, a couple hours north of Toronto, near a small town called Bracebridge. I live in the forest. I'm, way out in the forest. There's no street lights where I am. It's nothing but trees and lakes all around me, and people's cottages, that kind of area. So
Now, will that have a
that's where
lot
I
to?
am.
Will that have a lot to do with why you fly long range?
In a way, yeah, for sure. I guess so. I started out with freestyle, and I could only do so much freestyle around here, but I've got all these like long sweeping hills and valleys and beautiful lakes, and I wanted to fly longer. I saw what Off-Axis and Falcon Rad were doing, and that was what I really wanted to do. I wanted to dive down a mountain, so I built a long range, and it works really well around here for seeing some of the beautiful scenery.
Now,
For sure.
we built a long range. What size is it?
you want me to show it to you? I have it here.
Yeah. I can feature your picture.
It's a 7.5-inch Falcon RPM.
Okay,
So it's,
and what are you running on this?
3008 motors. It's got a Mamba stack in it. DJI 03. Yeah, all the nice bells and whistles.
What about transmitter? What are you on? ELRS? Crossfire?
Yeah, for sure. I'm on ELRS all the way. I don't do like the 900
2.4, correct?
Standard. Yeah. Yep. I've never had a problem with the ELRS, so I haven't really messed with it. It has diversity on it, just for a little bit of backup. So
Well,
yeah, especially when you're sending it out real far, it's nice to have some backup. Yeah, it's only limited by the video, so
Okay,
that's the first
this
wall
is true.
I hit. Yeah.
I learned about diversity when I told someone I wanted to build a long-range drone. My first long-range was a 7-inch TBS Source
Nice.
1. And I still have that frame. She's been rebuilt like 4 or 5 times. And I'm ready to turn her full digital now. I want to put an 04 unit in it, but I'm waiting a little while. Because the 03s are so hard to get.
Yeah.
You and Marcel are buddies, huh?
Yeah, for sure. I just got back from 10 days out on the West Coast, hanging out with him. We went up to the mountains and we did some flying, and and then we hung out in the city and flew freestyle around the city, and we flew tiny whoops. We did a bunch of gorilla whooping on the one weekend for part of an event that he puts on called Tiny Whoop to City Vancouver. So yeah, it was basically flying drones all day, every day. So, and all the different kinds too, for everything from the 7.5 all the way down to the Mobula 7.
Well, Marcel insisted that I have you come on, you and Rob come on, because I had racing pilots on a few weeks back. I have a couple of freestyle pilots, but I've always wanted long range is what got me into flying drones. It's the reason I cruise now. I don't do a whole lot of flippy flops, but I do a lot of cruising along the beach or wherever I can get up enough speed.
Yeah,
What's the furthest distance you've gone?
The furthest distance I've gone, I did a test flight with that quad here just over my lake, and I got 7 kilometers.
7 kilometers, so about 3 miles.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Sorry, I didn't pre-do the math. And
No, that's okay. It's usually about half to slightly less than half.
But I think my biggest test was I only went 6 kilometers, but I went 2 kilometers up a mountain. So it was 6 out, 2 up.
6 out and 2 up. So technically, that was 8.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's getting there,
now,
for sure. If you do the Pythagorean theorem on that one.
You said that you used to do freestyle. What converted you over to long range? Oh, you still do?
Oh yeah, for sure. I still do it all. I got a whole size range of quads. I've got them all. I guess long range comes out of the same reason I got into drones in the first place. I started with a DJI Mini, #1, because I thought that's what drones were, and then I saw somebody diving the Empire State Building with a little drone, and I was like, "Whoa, that looks cool!" So I got into that.
We know who that was. FPV.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
And but I got into it because I'm a photographer. I do commercial photography. Well, mostly nowadays I do retouching, but I like pretty pictures, and that's why I got the DJI, because it was a gadget, and you can make cool videos and cool pictures with it. Yeah, and I like gadgets, so it just grew into drones.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it just grew into drones of all kinds. I like them all. So yeah, I'm not anti-DJI or pro FPV. I'm not one of those guys that makes divisions.
You just want to fly. You want to freaking fly.
I just want to fly, yeah. Yeah, I've started to dabble in wings, but very unsuccessfully so far. I've destroyed 2 foam planes on their maiden flight.
Okay, what do you think the problem was?
I don't know how to fly a plane.
It's funny you say that, because when I was learning how to fly FPV, you always start out in line of sight, right?
Yeah.
And the very first time and I put on a pair of goggles, I couldn't fly line of sight anymore. Might that have something to do with it? The fact that you
Oh, yeah,
fly
I can't fly line of
FPV.
sight. Yeah. I can fly for about 10 seconds on line of sight, and then if I turn the quad around, the drone around, my brain just doesn't do that reverse math, and yeah.
Okay.
Up is
okay.
down and left is right.
Well, that's interesting. Now, I told you I had a video that I was going to show the summit of Mount Wood.
Uh-oh.
Yes,
Now,
I haven't got the movie from this year up yet, but that was the one from last year. We went to a similar place this year. But yeah,
Okay,
that's the one where 6 out, 2 up. Yeah.
Well, we have to talk over it because of YouTube and copyright.
I get it.
I want to know
Yeah.
your thought process, what you're thinking about at certain parts. Are you going, I think I have steak tonight instead of a burger on your way up there? Give me a second to set it up real quick.
Yeah,
And
I got you.
then we can get an idea of what goes through a long-range pilot's mind. But this is...
Well...
Go ahead. There we go.
Oh, go ahead. I was going to say, I'll start out by saying that this is very early in my long-range career, and this is a big bite of the apple to take for a beginner. And it was extremely nerve-wracking. If you're wondering what's going through my brain, my hands were like vibrating. The adrenaline was going 100 miles an hour. You have to pay attention to all of your specs in your OSD. It's just a million things to do at once, and it's not very.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
It's a lot better with somebody else, like a co-pilot sitting beside you. And I had off-axis and Falcon Rad talking in my ear and watching my feed the whole way up, and that was indispensable.
Okay.
So yeah, right now this is my first big throw up a mountain, so I'm like watching my numbers, but at the same time you're trying to get pretty pictures, so you're watching your line, and you're trying to pick out where you're going. You're trying to look as far in advance.
This is the same area, so you and Marcel, all you guys flew up this mountain, it seems.
Yeah, Marcel knows it well. Marcel just lost a big quad this year, up in that snow on the right. A couple weeks ago. They've been up at. They have the experience. Yeah, those guys have the experience. They know where you can go on this mountainside, and not lose your line of sight for your signal. Because you go behind one of these rock piles, you go behind a hump of trees, and it's over. Yeah.
What about too close to the trees? Because
that's just it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get down low here, but you don't really realize it's curving over. So all of a sudden you can have dirt between you and your quad, and that's no good. So you have to sort of maintain a little bit of height in certain areas because it looks so different.
To make sure you have that direct line of sight.
Yeah, you always want to be able to draw a laser line between you and your quad.
Now, what is the temperature up here? Because I see low clouds along the mountain. What is the temperature where you're standing in comparison to up here? Because I know.
Oh yeah, it was a hot summer day. Yeah, it was a hot summer day where we were. It was probably.
And this is 6 kilometers out right here. Now, now.
2 kilometers up. We're on the other side of that river.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just out of sight at the top of that river. That's where I am, basically, on the other side of it. Yeah.
So as long as I can
see the other side of that river, roughly where I am, I know I'm.
You're high enough.
And this is what I live for. This is what I wanted to do. Getting up the mountain and getting that pretty shot is nice, but I wanted to dive.
Now I see what you're saying, because if you went too low here, you could possibly lose signal.
You can see that rise coming up and covering up. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's interesting.
I'm pretty close there. I probably my MBS probably.
Flying distance. I'm saying to myself, wow, he's cutting it close to get that shot.
Yeah.
Because at some points there was almost trees between you and your radio.
Yeah,
right here.
I had my eyes glued on that river. I had my eyes glued on that river, and on my megabits per second. So yeah,
On your
now
latency,
you're
basically.
free and clear. Yeah, exactly.
And you're on
Yeah.
the far side of the river with that.
Correct. Yep. So yeah, and if your
Now-
quad goes
now
down
that-
up here, you're not getting it back.
But by now, has your hand stopped shaking?
No, right now it's full on adrenaline. Yeah, just every nerve in your body is just screaming. Especially like it was my very first time. I'm used to surfing around trees because of where I live. That's what I do a
Right.
lot. I play around the tops of
Okay.
trees a lot. So I think Falconrad was impressed that I was getting that close to some of the treetops for my first time.
nice.
But yeah, that was my experience, was treetops. So coming down was a joy, like an absolute joy, because that quad moves so fast. It actually doesn't run on lithium ion. It's a lipo. I run
Okay.
it on a 7,000 milliamp hour lipo battery. High
So
volt.
what kind of time are we talking with 7,000? Like 25 minutes?
Nice, comfortable cruise. Yeah, I've done 20 minutes plus. I don't remember what
Okay.
my max is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, and I only
So,
asked because my long range, I've only went about 3,500. And I'm getting
Yeah.
like half of that.
Yeah. But
Nice
because this thing
flight.
is a lipo, it flies fast. It's a big freestyle quad. It can do flips and loops, and I don't really because it's my long range baby. But so, and big motors on it, and it can do, 100 miles an hour without breaking a sweat.
Well, see, cruising like that is, I told Marcel last week, you guys are the reason that I cruise now and I can't convert over to freestyle. I've tried.
Oh yeah.
I've tried tricks. I've tried simulator. I practice a little. I try stuff, but if I do a
Yeah.
power loop under something and come out clean, I'm ready to go back to cruising. I'm like, all right, you did it.
There you go. Yeah, I like cruising and throwing in the odd trick now and then. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, all right.
And
So
with the long range, you have to get good at cruising because it's all about battery management, right? So you're going up that mountain,
and it's about
and you're
throttle
watching
control.
yeah, you can't be overexcited and just hammer down the throttle to get up that mountain because that negatively affects you greatly. You got to get up there. You take your time. You make the pretty cruise picture. You feel like you're going slow because, like me, I want to go fast, like so many other of us, right? But yeah, you got to take your time getting up there, and yeah, nurse your battery up, and yeah, and then once you come back down, you're not actually using that much battery. It's a lot more falling than flying.
Really
So,
quick, OG Shorty says he's seen me rip freestyle. Be modest, I've ripped.
I won't ride.
If
I
you
guess I have a
call it- if you
pretty
call
limited
it-
tricks.
If you call if you call it if you start talking about a video where I was flying around some excavators, that's pretty much going up to them, doing a couple of corkscrews, one or two flips, and then after that I have to sit down and smoke a cigarette to lower my pressure.
Yeah. Or
Now there's something
or like
I
I
need
did.
to ask you
I
because
smashed my camera.
Here's something I
Pretty good
gotta
on
ask
one
you
of those
because
diggers.
this makes a difference in long range.
Yo.
And I want to know, I should have asked Marcel this. On my 7-inch, I have biprops. What do you have on your long range and which do you think are better, biprops or triprops and why?
That's a very good question, probably for somebody smarter than me. I copied Falconrad's build on this, but I know that buys are more efficient in a lot of applications.
So they say.
But that you don't have the power, you don't have the speed. Like, it's all math, and that's
Yeah.
beyond me. I just let other people tell me what the best outcome is. So,
Okay,
yeah.
I understand
I
that
haven't tried,
because
but
I understand that, and I'm only saying that because I found out with triprops on, you get to where you're going. No bullshit playing
Yeah.
around. You get there, you're going.
that's
And
it.
with biprops,
Yeah,
it's
more
like
grippy.
driving a yellow school bus down the road. You're just cruising and at a
Yeah.
nice pace.
But
Now,
that's the beauty of doing cinematic stuff. You don't want aggressive anything on your quad if you're doing pretty
true.
cinematics.
Anything
If
that's
you've got
going to
really
drop the
pitchy-
voltage.
Well, if you've got pitchy tri-blades on your, you're making sharp turns. That's for doing like hardcore freestyle stuff. But if you put on a softer, less pitch bi-blade, you're going to go smooth like a DJI drone.
Well, I'm going to
You
tell
can't
you,
do
you're right.
jerky stuff. It's a lot
You're
softer.
100% right
So you
about that.
can make nicer lines with it.
I found out with tripod props on, you can turn on a dime, you can flip better. But what I did find out, with tri blades on, my 7-inch can hit about 76 miles an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
With the bi blades on, it only does about 65, 70.
Mm-hmm.
And
But you get smooth lines.
I get a much better cruise with bi blades, and I was trying to decide if I could speak to someone who you explained it and a few other people have, but I always want to hear someone's opinion on what do they think is best.
I think for cinematics, leaning towards buys for cinematics, I think is probably a good idea to at least try out for that reason, for just the smooth, right? Nobody wants to see herky-jerky turn on a dime. That's not cinematic, you know? If you're trying to do hardcore cinematic, copy a DJI drone look, then bi-blades is probably something to try.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. I'm thanking Shorty too, because he goes, freestyle is personal expression from within you. It's a natural thing in you. The skill level doesn't matter to me. I was stoked watching your video, made me want to rip some immediately, because
it's
all
fun.
I do is cruise, bro. So, and back then, Shorty, I was analog and on Crossfire. So, do you have any favorite
I'm
birds?
lucky where I am.
Yeah.
Any favorite? What?
Any favorite rigs?
Sorry,
What's your favorite rig?
For freestyle, I have FPV Cycle Glide. It's just your standard dirty old 5-inch, coated in grass and dirt, with DJI 03 as well in it. No action cam. I hate flying freestyle with the action cam. It's just like flying a brick. So with the advent of the 03,
once I started flying with the 03 unit, I was like, I feel free. I can do an inverted yaw and just hang there. Whereas you have a GoPro on, it takes a little energy to get out of that inverted yaw with that brick, that extra weight on it. Well, is there anyone that you want to shout out? Huh?
Oh, for sure. Off-axis FPV. Check out his channel if you like long range. He does all kinds of great stuff. He does great stuff with tiny whoops around the city as well. And check out Falconrad FPV. He's making great frames for long range, for cinematic long range. He really thinks about it. The guy is literally a genius. He knows the math and all that stuff. And if you want to learn about long range, check out Falconrad. Check out his frames too, because they're pretty cool.
Okay.
Get mustache rides from off axis.
Yes, exactly. I didn't want to bring it up, but yeah. But yeah, those guys are real smart.
OG Shorty put it in the chat. Listen, I want to thank you for.
If you like little guys, check out. If you like little guys, check out Ciati FPV. He's the
Ciati. Well, I'm hoping that she put me in touch. Rob is supposed to come on next week. We have it scheduled for him to come on. Another long range pilot.
All right. Yeah.
Long range freestyle pilot. And if you can get me in touch with someone, we can keep this going. We can do some long range and some guerrilla whooping.
I'll tell Ciati to drop you a line.
All right, that's cool. Listen, Dan, it's been a pleasure to have you on. I appreciate you coming on.
To be here.
I'm sorry our time zones got messed up and you came an hour early.
Oh, it wasn't a time zone thing. I was just too keen. I was working away and I looked up and I saw 1:45 and I'm like, oh, it's time. And I just jumped on. I was like, wait, no, 1:45 the wrong hour. So I'm in the same time zone as you guys, for sure.
No worries, man. I appreciate you coming on. The link for Danzilla, the Terrible, is, hey Gary, Danzilla should come to our meetup at Rice Lake in September. Yeah, he's up there by you guys, Garrett. You're getting an invite, Danzilla, by Brant Arias to come to the meetup.
Sounds cool.
At Rice Lake in September. I don't know how far it is from you, but you guys should hook up.
Yeah, I don't know. I know the name Rice Lake, but I will look it up.
Okay, and or Gary, tell Marcel off axis as well. and he'll broadcast it on his live stream too. All right. Listen, Dan, I appreciate you coming on, man. It's been fun to have you on. I'd like to have you on at some time and point around the holidays. I'm asking everyone that comes on, maybe you could come through and we have giveaways and you can participate in that or have some eggnog with you and salute the holidays.
Well, I love me some eggnog.
That's good, man. All right, listen, you be well. I will keep in touch with you through Facebook and keep flying long range. I want to see some stuff that you and Marcel were doing, some more stuff.
Alrighty. Will do.
All right.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Man.
Have a great day.
Thank you much, man, for coming on. We appreciate you.
Coming and hanging out with us, man.
Peace and love.
Okay, and that concludes that session of FPV Corner for this week. Danzilla the Terrible, thanks for coming on. We appreciate you. And hope you guys like that segment of FPV Corner. We're going to try and have a couple of long-range pilots coming up. Hope you guys get a chance to come through and hang.
Gary was lurking.
Oh,
Hey,
Gary says he's been lurking.
You have to send me a flyer for that meetup so I can promote your meetup.
Yeah, Gary,
On the
please
stream?
send it to him on Messenger so we can advertise for you. You know.
Yeah, send me a flyer so I can promote the meetup. I'm promoting everybody else's meetup.
Yeah, might as well.
Well, Lawrence, if you are an FPV guy and you are looking, what is this? Okay. Okay. Yeah, if you're an FPV guy and you are looking for something a little different, then we have the Clover FPV systems. It is an interchangeable VTX system where you can move it from one unit to the next unit to keep on moving to the next unit. What's so great about it is it's only one camera, one VTX, and you just use it on all of your drones, all of your planes, all of your RC cars. And for 15% off on checkout, you can use those guys. Use those guys for 15% off on checkout.
Yeah. What he said.
You know, I tell you all the time that this is the live stream that talks about everything in the drone world and promote the usage of drones. We talk about drones that you fly, that you could fly, for the drones that you may be flying in someday and the ones that are maybe delivering your packages.
Yes.
Now, I don't usually talk about everything in the drone world, but it seems that Hubsan has a new drone and a promo video. The Hubsan
Mini 7.
7. Wowzers. The Hubsan Mini 7. Yeah, look at that. There it is. Look, they try to make it like
With the 1-inch sensor.
They're trying to make it like a real drone.
48 megapixel, 1-inch sensor.
I remember Hubsan, Lawrence, we had a guy over at Flushing Meadows that had.
Yeah,
remember
I remember him.
Yeah, that dude, man, he would fly the shit out of that Hubsan.
I remember as well. You guys want to see that video of that Mini 7, you can watch the rest of it.
I'm quite sure it's out there and guys have seen it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But do you know what? A lot of the talk, you know, because I want to get one thing straight. The FCC came out with this whole thing of foreign-made drones, not Chinese-made drones. It's foreign-made drones. And they made exceptions for certain drones.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that they're actually following their own verbiage, because there are a lot of other foreign-made drones that are coming out and plans to come out, and they're being introduced to the United States market.
Right.
And some of them are even being allowed. Like I don't know when and like we talked last week about the Sky Rover and the Sky Rover RC.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when that RC was approved, but it's here. You know what I mean? And it's not about Chinese made, it's about foreign made drones. So the one drone company that we all seem to know and love, I saw that there was a leak that DJI has registered a new drone. Now, I'm seen the video, I've seen what was out there about this leaked drone that was supposedly registered by DJI.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Right here.
The leak.
Here. Yes, this is leaked,
DJI
guys.
supposedly
Leaked footage right here.
A new drone, the N610
Yep.
DS.
Right here. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Let's get rid of that commercial. There we go. Here's the disclaimer.
So, I don't know, DJI supposedly leaked this new drone and supposedly found it has appeared, from what I'm understanding, on the Chinese certification database.
Mm-hmm.
And this is kind of new in the name and the numbers to DJI, because DJI usually don't have numbers like that, which means that they probably have been testing this thing.
Right.
Supposedly a consumer drone, so we won't see it.
Unfortunately, we won't see it here in the United States, but who knows?
We get our act together.
This is true.
But based upon pilots fictitiously seeing drones at 3,000 feet at 300 miles per hour hitting their
The cockpit, above the cockpit?
Yeah. When we have stuff like when we have Steve Austin flying planes here in the United States that can see a drone hit his above his cockpit at 300 miles per hour at 3,000 feet.
Yeah.
What then? I don't know if we'll ever see another DJI drone in the United States. And I'm laughing because if I don't laugh, I'm gonna get angry and shit like that. So, that it is what it is. You gotta take it for what it is. I mean, what are we gonna do? That's why you always hear me tell you guys, don't be that guy. We reported last week that over 300 drones was confiscated by the FBI at the World Cup games at venues across the United States, and in the first 10 days, like that's what I always tell you guys: protect yourself and protect your hobby. Don't be that fool. Because you'll be that fool that causes your pockets and your family hardship and ruin the whole hobby for the rest of us.
True. That is so true. And for those of you out there that want to go flying in New York, stay away from the East River, stay away from the West River, stay away from the Hudson River, the East River. TFRs are going into effect and starting and stopping. If I can show them this real quick, it'll be a PSA, Herman, on Sky Vector.
Technically, you're not supposed to be flying in New York City, period.
Right, without a permit. But these are all of the waterways and everything around New York. There's JFK Airport. They have one at Jones Beach because July 4th is having an air show. This giant corridor that you see here is the way the ships will be coming into New York Harbor. So they have TFRs all along that route.
Here.
Yeah, most of them are, right. But there's still more coming in. Guys, don't be the one to FAFO. As Vic Moss says, fly around, find out. I say fuck around and find out.
Well, I will say something about that. And guys have been warned, and I know I've heard things where people have said, but what if I have a waiver to do? You have a waiver to do whatever you to do at your own event, not at that.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, Lawrence, I'd like to move on to the next sponsor, which happens to be Nanook. And if you are looking to protect any of your cameras, gimbals, watches, anything of value to you, Nanook's the way to go. And for 10% off, use Phantom Flight 10 for 10% off. If you are looking, like I said, to protect your drones, as they make a case for every DJI and Autel drone that's come out. But they also make custom cases. They'll protect your firearms and anything else that you need protected.
Mm-hmm.
Nanook. Check out the link in the description, guys.
And they float.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying.
Plane goes down, look for a Nanook case. The hell with the seat cover.
I actually have a stack of Nanook cases that are about like this.
You
high.
could probably lay across them and float across the ocean on them fuckers. With all of the stuff you have in yours.
And that's not counting Jalen's stuff. Jalen's drone. But the stream must go on. What's coming up next, Lawrence? Well, let's talk about it because we seem to be on the FPV trip. So let's stay on the FPV trip for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
DJI gives tiny FPV drones a much bigger view. Now let's talk about this because it seems like sometimes, and I always say this, the bigger the eye, the better it can see. Well, sometimes a bigger view is the way to go, and it is the thing. But let's look at this and what's happening. DJI, right now has what they call, they're introducing the DJI, right, 04 wide air unit with a 159 degree field of view at 13 grams. This is for 2-inch and smaller micro FPV drones.
Which is great.
You know, so I don't know, Lawrence, this is more along your field, so I don't know how you feel about it.
Okay, first of all, I think it's a very good idea because for once DJI has come out with something new and not moved on to the next system. They're sticking with DJI 04. And now, instead of having two options, you have three. One of the problems that they were having with the light, the 04 light unit, was it wasn't handling crashes too well. So I think they fixed a lot of those problems with this wide version camera. Plus, you could put it in something 2 inches or smaller. It probably has a 20 by 20 mount. I don't know. I haven't seen it as opposed to a 30 by 30 mount, but I think it's a great idea. The fact they're giving you a wider lens on a smaller drone, more immersiveness. You can see more, especially when gorilla whooping or in a tiny whoop, Herman. This seems to be the perfect camera for
Basically,
that.
what you're saying, from 103 stories up, you can see the sidewalk coming a lot faster.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. And when you do that little corkscrew spin on your dive, you have one of those, and it's amazing. The Flywheel Pro version for 5-inch quad with the 03 antenna. See, now I just recently found out that there are two pair of goggles that play 03 and 04, but there's only one goggle that still plays old Caddx systems. So I'm leaning more towards that before I get my first 04 unit, but I want to put an 04 unit in two drones.
I'm glad you say that, because right now on Amazon we got 04 units for
$179. Yes. Now keep in mind, this is the 04. This is
no,
the
I'm
new
not
one.
being sponsored by Amazon.
Is this the new one?
No, that's the '04 unit.
Oh, that's the old one. Okay.
Yeah, the original '04 unit.
So the original 04 is $180 right there. But the new one that's coming out with the 159-degree angle is, we don't know what the price will be, but we expect it to be around that 170, maybe a little cheaper. If the board is smaller. Can you put it back up for a second? Because one thing they did not talk about in the article, you see the size of this board? That's a 30 by 30 board. The next size under that is 20 by 20, which would be small enough to go into 2-inch. So I haven't seen it myself. This is a disclaimer out there. We're not getting paid for it. Don't say Lawrence said it's coming on a smaller. I don't fucking know. But that would be my hypothesis to it. If you can put it in a 2 or 3-inch drone.
2-inch drone with soldering and all that, you're gonna have to teach a child how to build a drone.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're right. Without burning themselves. I think it's a great idea. They came out with another FPV device, and they didn't say on OcuSync 5.
OcuSync 26.
I think they're gonna. I think where they're headed with this DJI thing, they may stay with this 04 system for a little while, because they saw where the mistake was with what they saw where the mistake was with 03.
Well, let's be for real, right? Right now, this drones can drop down very low, and you've seen some of the stuff that we do at construction sites. Way on the other side of the building with the drone, way on the other side of all of the cranes and everything like that.
Yeah.
Somewhat
10
out
stories
of the line
up.
of sight
10
times.
10 to 12 stories up. Yeah.
Right, and we're not losing any signal. Down in the hole, the drone is down in the hole, and we're not losing any signal.
True.
So,
None whatsoever.
I mean, there was a time where, like, back in the days of the Phantom and stuff like that, we'd get it up, bring it up, because things will start flickering.
Right.
You know.
Right, but not anymore. Not. And someone asked me, they're like, "What's the range on that Avata 360?" I said, "Well, they claim somewhere between 10 and 12 miles."
Yeah, like.
And the guy was like, "You will fly that far?" I said, "No, but you have to understand, the transmission range goes that far for video, because of the simple reason, if it's that strong, you can go behind buildings and structures. There was a time when we were flying drones, if you went behind a building, it went into return to home."
I don't worry about that right now, and I'll tell you why I don't worry about that right now. Lightbridge, right?
Yeah.
I flew the Phantom 4 Pro, the Lightbridge version.
Do I have to say the disclaimer really quick?
No.
Okay.
Down the beach at Rockaway, around the curvature of the beach, and we didn't lose any signal.
That's true. That's true.
You know.
The beach was actually curving.
So the drone was around the curvature of the beach with buildings at the edge of the beach.
With Lightbridge.
And we had no problem.
I forgot about that one.
Then when we went over to, what was it?
The island?
The
island? Yeah.
That was able to do a lot of other things that we weren't able to do in the past. So with us being on OcuSync, we on now? OcuSync 20?
Yeah, OcuSync 4.
I wouldn't worry too much about the penetration strength on these drones right now. So what else is coming up, Lawrence? I wanted to talk about this real quick so we can move on.
Yeah.
MKBHD, right? Called the Antigravity it was A1, the most hardware ever in a while. Now, I looked at this video, and his review was highlighted in Drone XL. Let's tell you his name, Marquez Brownlee. He's a YouTuber, a very big YouTuber, influencer, as some might say. and he reviewed the Insta360 engineered, what do you call it, anti-gravity A1. And he gave his opinions on this drone. He flew the drone. He also said he's not an expert in drones. He made that quite clear. But he has reviewed drones. He reviews a lot of things, and he does a lot of videos and stuff like that. He's even done videos and stuff like that with Elon Musk and stuff. So he's quite well known. And Antigravity sponsored the video on his review. So I guess take it with a grain of salt. But he spoke about his experience with this drone.
Yes.
He happened to have a lot of fun with it. His only issues that I guess he found was the fact that in the horizon line there's a little smudge in the stitching, and when it stitches the footage together,
Yeah.
he found that to be a slight issue for those who would be able to see that. I couldn't. He also mentioned that the screen on the goggles, it stops a lot of people, and a lot of people may be interested in what's actually happening when they see like one eye on your goggle showing what you're seeing.
Yeah.
And I guess people have a lot of questions about that. And that was one of the other things that he had brought to the attention in the video. Now, I watched this video and I couldn't help but think that Antigravity got him to do this video because of the fact that sales may not be where they want them to be right now, this drone. So now they're looking to try to get anyone to buy one.
Yeah.
And I think that, and I've said this like last week, and I've said this before, that I think that the, DJI Avata 360 is probably hurting them because of the flyability, the ability to fly it, and the way it was meant to be flown, and the different ways that you can fly. Whereas that this has only got one way of flying, which is that joystick. And I think that they keep promising a controller, and they keep promising hand gestures, and they keep promising things that they don't bring to the table. Whereas that DJI came out the box with a lower price and all of those capabilities. So I think that the DJI probably hurt them. Plus, it is the drone that everyone knows.
It is. I believe. I agree with you. I would believe that's what really hurt them. The fact that DJI came out and said, let's see what they marked theirs for. Whatever it is, we'll beat it anyway, tenfold. But that issue that he's talking about, the stitch line, I've noticed it. Now we have the Spear, the Insta360 Spear in our inventory. We have the Avata 360 in our inventory, and I must say, every 360 camera so far, I haven't flown anti-gravity, but has that stitch. Now it's a matter of the software during editing that you could sometimes get rid of that stitch, where in the Avata 360, it has two buttons you can click, and that blur stitch will disappear. In Insta360, the stitch is taken care of by just moving the camera angle down and moving the stitch off the horizon. But there are ways around it. And if you don't know how to do those things, I could see that being irritating to you.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
It was getting the feet of the drone.
It was probably his first 360 camera ever.
Well, his first 360 drone, because he's used 360 cameras. This was the first 360 drone that he's ever flown, and it was a different feel for him altogether. And I can't, like I said, I watched the video and I couldn't help but believe that Antigravity got him to do this. They sponsored the video, and the reason why they got him to do it is because he's a big influencer, and they're just trying to sell that drone.
Yes, they are, and I don't.
Not to cut you off, but even with the 25% off deal is still going on Amazon. They still can't beat the price of the 360, the Avata 360.
Yes.
Because
You're one. Hey, Brian.
Here's the prices. And the standard is $1,279. You're going back to like the early years when I told you what the entry level was to get into DJI.
The
This is
Fly
what they're-
DJI back then was $1,500. Look
Right,
at
look
this.
what they're doing now.
Out the box, $1,300. Well, yeah.
And now let's not get it twisted. For that quality of a drone, that is the going rate. But
Yes.
man, for your
But
first
DJI,
drone out the
but
box,
DJI always sets a mark.
right? Like you got a lot of gimmicks with the anti-gravity that may not be necessary, like the little viewing joint in the
Yeah,
gun.
the screen. Yeah.
I mean, it's nice, but is it needed?
No.
Take that away. How much money did we drop the price in?
Right. You get rid of that LED screen, for example, and it's a decent sized one, about the size of a baseball. Okay.
And
You
then nice
figure-
goggles.
Yes, they are. They are. I haven't heard many complaints about the anti-gravity other than the price.
Yeah, that's it. The price point.
I don't know
I mean,
about the
there are probably
software.
guys who in earlier times of it coming out, who probably reviewed it, had heard that nitpicked it and didn't like it. But I think that he would do that with anything that's not DJI.
Dirty Nacho FPV says it's not necessary. It's just to get attention. And I would have to agree with that
It's
because
possible.
I see, first of all, when you have goggles on, unless my back is on the wall, I'm very skeptical about who's walking around me, who's standing in front of me. You understand what I'm saying?
True.
Now, if you got a screen on there, that gives a person a reason to stop and stare in your face. Now, you feel that aura of someone. When you had the goggles on, remember you tried the Avata? Could you still tell there were people moving around you?
Sure, because you can feel them. You can
Exactly.
You pretty
And
much
this-
can actually see them.
You can pretty much see them with your feelings, and that's my exact point. With that thing there, I could probably feel somebody stopping in front of me and then going, "Ooh, what's that? Look at, you know."
And then you smell their breath.
Stop, dude. Listen, I want to make a public service announcement again about Rumble. OG Shorty and I have moved over to Rumble, and we'd appreciate it if you guys come by and show some support.
Okay.
They
We'll see what we
monetize
can
better
do.
over there. Yeah, and we're gonna look into, and I say look into broadcasting those guys Wednesday night with those guys over there and over here at the same time.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking into it, still doing research, still learning.
Well, you know what? There's one thing I got to talk about before we get out of here.
What's that?
And it has to do with air traffic control. And no, I'm not talking about another drone hitting a plane fictitiously.
Oh,
What I am talking about is drone delivery. Because Flytrex and Wing, right? Believe it or not, built a drone air traffic control, and they've skipped the hard part. Now, two rival drone delivery companies have spent the last year working in an air traffic control system over the skies in northern Texas. Believe it or not, in the suburbs, with zero airspace conflicts and roughly 8,000 overlapping flights. Now, Flytrex and Wing are coordinating their aircrafts automatically in this airspace, Lawrence.
yeah.
Now, they're flying above, what's this, Little Elm and Whaling, Texas? I believe that's how it's pronounced. Now, they are operating simultaneously 30 of 31 days, right? And the active days that they've flown in between January and February of this year. So, what is that saying? They've got so many flights being done in 30 days
Yeah.
without any problems in a self-contained corridor.
This self-contained corridor is what we talked about years ago, the
Air
UTM.
traffic control. Now, this is being done in Texas. Texas seems to be one of the United States Aberdeen proving grounds for
Yeah, right.
for drone flight. They're flying deliveries all over Texas now. So there's a lot of things coming.
Angie says we did see someone bring a zip line up to customer service. I don't know what went down, but the drone sure did.
Well, there's always going to be something happening.
Yeah.
You know, once everything is perfected.
Well, that's why Flytrex and Wing are doing what they're doing. They basically developed a UTM because with all those flights, they did not have one near close incident. And the question has always been brought to ask, how do these drones know what to avoid? How do they know what to heed way to?
Sensors.
Yeah, sensors, exactly. ADBS, for example, you guys use it on your DJI drones. Every time there's an aircraft in the area, what do you hear? Aircraft in area. Please fly with caution. Aircraft in area.
Yeah,
Please
but
fly.
this is a little bit more.
No, this is a lot more because the drones are thinking for themselves.
Well,
Also-
no, what I'm saying as far as what we are seeing on our drones, this is a lot more robust thing. Like
Oh,
they can
definitely.
actually sense,
Most
see, and
definitely.
avoid each other.
Hey, crazy pug lady, how are you?
Hey,
Hope all is well.
how's it
Good
going?
to see you.
I got to get back over to her channel. She's had a lot of stuff for like holiday decorations and stuff like that. If that's your thing that you like.
Okay.
Because I think of my mother anytime I watch her channel and some of the stuff that she does, because my mother was big into that kind of stuff.
Into crafts and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. Well, kudos to Flytrex and Wing for creating a fully functional UTM, unmanned traffic management system, because other companies need to get together and start doing it as well.
We need
They
actually
flew-
something nationwide that's one thing
That's
that
universal.
everybody can follow.
That's universal,
one thing.
right.
Yeah.
Right, there's too many people are coming up with their own, how would you say, their own pizza sauce for the pizza,
Mm-hmm. Well,
if that makes any sense.
I don't mind everybody coming up with their own pizza sauce, because then I got different variety of pizza to try. But when
True.
it comes to flying, we need one system for everyone to follow the one system everywhere we go.
Yeah,
So there's
yeah, I
no
agree.
guesswork and there's less problems. And
I
when there's
agree.
less problems, there's less accidents and less
Well,
headaches.
already your drone is telling you its flight path may cross the flight path of a plane.
Mhm.
Like, for example, when I'm flying in Far Rockaway, if they're coming in over the ocean, Atlantic Ocean, there are certain paths that they suggest you do not fly, and DJI will not let you fly because planes are coming in the land. Even though they come over the peninsula at 1,200 feet, they're still warning you that there's a possibility. You're not supposed to be at 1,200 feet, but a plane may come in low. We see it all the time, right?
1,200
Planes,
feet.
some planes come in over Far Rockaway under 1,000 feet.
I have footage that I can't use because I don't know how high they were, but I wasn't that high, and I caught planes coming into the runway.
Yeah, right. You know what we're talking. But
'Cause they
FYI,
actually
you can't fly.
They actually scraped that yard over there.
Yeah, you can't even fly from over there no more.
Oh, okay.
It's restricted. It is officially red over there. Anyway, it's that time, peoples.
Is it? Anything you want to say before we get out of here, Lawrence?
No, I said it in the chat there. Thank you all for your continued support every week. We appreciate you all. Be safe, fly safer out there. Use lance to cover your asses out there. Know your airspace.
Yeah, you really should know your airspace, guys. And really, I tell you guys, with everything that's going on, you see what's happening with the World Cup, that technology that they're using, it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It's going to be used, and it's going to start spreading to other venues on a regular basis. So
Yeah.
I tell you guys, play it smart, protect yourself, and protect your hobby. And with that being said, and I'll see you next time with those
God.
guys. Good night, everybody.